Hi guys, welcome back to Just Dance with another video. Before we go any further, subscribe and like the video. Maybe turn on the notification if you're into Fujifilm. And I haven't spoken a lot about Fujifilm in my channel lately because I haven't been choosing a lot about it. But recently I did a graduation shoot and I was able to use my XT1 over my XT2. I had an assistant with me or somebody I shoot with a lot with me, and he was handling the main shoot per se, and I was just on the side trying to pick a few stuff with the Fuji XT1. And to be honest, this camera, if the photo that I've posted now, or the poster that you've seen or you're seeing in this video, if I didn't tell you that it was shot with the XT1, you wouldn't know, and you wouldn't even pay attention, and maybe unless you pixel peep per se. And this is what is very interesting with Fuji. I personally think that this is the most important camera Fuji has made, especially when it comes to putting them into like a sort of maiden name. Fuji Technology is a big company. They do way more than just for camera stuff. They do a lot of other stuff in terms of imaging per se. It's a big company. It's a bit like Sony, but not as big as Sony though. But it's really a big company that does a lot more stuff than just camera. If you guys think that Fujifilm, especially for those who watch the camera channel, it's only camera, no, they don't do only camera. They do a lot of medical equipment as well, so forth and so on. But let me come back to the XT1 and why I'm saying that this is the most important Fuji camera. First of all, it has introduced everything we know about Fuji. The dial, because they really wanted to keep that analog feel over the digital one. You have the dial for everything, pretty much like a film camera. You have the Fuji recipe, which I don't use a lot in my Fujifilms. I'm actually getting the XM5. Stay tuned for that one as well, possibly at the end of this month or beginning of June. But definitely, I'm getting it before the end of June. But so possibly at the end of this month, as I say, or beginning of June. That's something that I've been really putting in the back of my mind for a little too long, because I wanted to finish up with the Osmo Pocket. I think I got the Osmo Pocket where, and in terms of my kit, I got it where I want it to be, and I know what I'm gonna use it for. And the XM5 is something that I really just want to get 10-bit video, most importantly, and just play around with colors a little bit more, because I can't do this with this camera because this one, first of all, doesn't even shoot f-log. I have the XT2 that shoots f-log, but it's 8-bit and it's an older f-log. Doesn't look as good, for example, the f-log in the XS20 or the XS10, sorry, that I've used, or even the XT20, because that one came after and it just feels much better and a bit more substantial. So this camera, I don't use it a lot for video. I actually never even use it for video, if I'm honest, because it should crap video. It's good if you get it like this, but it's just a little bit more work. It's mostly for the photo. And what I've done with this camera in terms of photos is just pretty much unheard of. The color don't look like anything natural at all, but they just look alive. Even the black and white in this camera, actually in all the Fuji camera, looks so much better. It's very small for what it is. It's pretty much my everyday camera, but I haven't been shooting outside a lot because I'm being kind of cooped up at home. My son is turning 1. I want to spend a little bit more time with him. It's work, home, and sometimes clients. So generally that's what it is. I don't do a lot of my own stuff as I used to because I've become a parent. So definitely, this is my all-time camera. I always told people that I'll never sell. I was able to get it for a steal, and I'll definitely never sell it myself because of just the quality of the image. So I don't beat it up. I don't use it aggressively, but I always find an occasion to put it up. And paired with this 35mm, it's just perfect. I think this focal length is something that I enjoyed a lot when I had it on the Canon. Then I sort of, the camera, that lens broke, then I sort of kind of just forgot about 35mm. I have a zoom lens, but I hardly shoot at 35mm. Then recently when I did this graduation shoot, which that you've seen on the, of which the photo you've seen on my page on this video, I fell in love again with that focal length, and I really enjoyed it. It's just very vibrant. The colors are really looking good. The bokeh is looking very good, not perfect, but very good. You never have a perfect bokeh, and it has that pop. So maybe it was the subject, but I think this was probably one of the best purchase that I've ever made. And this Fuji is just so good. And I love that it has pretty much what you get from this camera. The sensor is 16 megapixel, 18 megapixel, but you shoot at 16 megapixel. But you get really good image quality and the size of the photo. That's something that I've also noticed. I don't like really big photos anymore. And you do have the dynamic range setting from Fuji's, and I always explain. So I've learned about this dynamic range thing from Fuji, from Stallman, and since then I started shooting at DR400 whenever possible. But sometimes it's DR200 because this camera only goes up to like 1/4000. So it could be sometimes not enough, especially if I want to open up my aperture. So I always make sure that I shoot at ISO 400. Never I shoot at ISO 200. This camera doesn't unfortunately have ISO 100. When you shoot ISO 100, it's only shooting JPEG, which is kind of a bum. But it's good enough. So at ISO 400, you shoot at the dynamic range 200%. The photo really do come out really good. And I gotta be honest, Fuji just knows how to make a camera, and the colors are just so good, and it sounds really good. For a mirrorless camera, it sounds really good. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.